What's up, War Room? Welcome back. A very special episode. The Connor Rogers official Badlands week before the draft, week after the live show, 7 round New York Jets mock draft. CR, the simulator's up, so make sure you're watching the video for this one. Yeah, what's nice? How we feeling? You ready to rock? You're in the GM seat, as you should be.
I am. I feel powerful being able to make the picks, but powerless not knowing what our beautiful algorithm is going to spit out here. It can get a little funky, but it's been pretty good. As you can see, I've already picked the Jets. I picked 7 rounds, so buckle up, everyone. We can make Tennessee an offer. We obviously are not going to do that because we think Tennessee is going to take Cam Ward #1 overall. And we are going to see how the dominoes fall. You want to just get right down to brass tacks here?
I think it's time. We're off. You're sitting next to Spielman. You're sitting next to Patton. Glenn's pacing around.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be intense.
The adrenaline's flowing.
I don't get nervous as much. I don't really get nervous anymore. I think sitting next to Aaron Glenn in a draft room would break that streak for me. I feel like he'd be very demanding, and I mean that in the most positive way. All right, so okay, very chalk from the PFF mock simulator. Cam Ward. Well, Shedeur Sanders going 2nd overall would be a bit of a draft night stunner, but it doesn't change our plans because Travis Hunter went 3, Will Campbell went 4, Abdul Carter went 5th, Ashton Genty went 6th. This is, if you ran this 100 times or whatever technology NFL teams are using, I think there's a good, Cam Ward should be gone 100% of the time, as should Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. And then Will Campbell and Genty would be high percentage players to be gone. So we're not restarting this, obviously. It's very realistic in a weird way. I don't think Shadeur's going 2nd overall. There's a non-zero chance he goes, but I don't think it's happening. But the Jets are on the clock at 7 with Tyler Warren and Armand Membu and Mason Graham available, by the way.
Very tough pick.
It is.
This is why they pay you the big bucks.
This is. If the Jets had brought back Morgan Moses and traded for Dallas Goedert, I think I'd be running in the Mason Graham card, but they didn't do those things. And I'm a believer of winning games in the trenches, which Graham falls into that bucket. But I'm also a believer that the defensive line class is really, really deep and good this year. And you're not going to get a player like Graham, in my opinion, who reminds me of Kenny Clark, Packers first rounder, who's been a really good player for a while. I know he had a down year, but he's been in the league for a long time. I'm going to take Armand Membu here and build the offensive line.
With Graham on the board.
With Graham on the board, I could really flip a coin between these 3 guys, but I'm going to default to the offensive line because I don't think the tackle class is deep. I think it's a lot of college tackles that'll have to play guard. I'm running a simulator, so I'm even less confident that we can go your route, that Trapillo or Ursary will absolutely be there for me when I want them. And if I don't come out of this draft with the right tackle, I should be fired, right? So, and I understand that's why you get a Okorafor because he's your emergency plan. He started a lot of games in the NFL. He's better than people think, but you cannot have him be your right tackle out of the gate for the season. No. So let's take Armand Membu. Let's have a really strong 5 offensive linemen. We're going to be able to run the ball. We feel really, really good about this. And we're going to see how the draft falls from here. So let's scroll back up. We don't have to spend too much time on this. Graham went right after us. I'm sure the Panthers are elated. Ted McMillan, Jahdae Barron. Tyler Warren went to the Dolphins, which really pisses us off. Yeah, that would suck. All right. So we're back on the clock at 42. Tyleik Williams went at 41, which is unbelievable bullshit, by the way.
That would be demoralizing in the Discord. Truly demoralizing.
So demoralizing, especially to the... This is just very annoying. Not that I was guaranteed to take him, but he was on my... he's on my short list.
To take him. I'm guessing you were taking him.
You're right. He's on my short list at 42. Absolutely on my short list. Jack Besh went at 37. So we got the right tackle. Jaden Higgins is there.
Oh.
Which is exciting. Savone Revel being there is exciting. I actually compared him to Antonio Cromartie. Now, I'm not going to take a corner, but if Revel made it to 42, I'd be like, oh, that's one of the guys that would kind of break that streak. Oh, let's keep going down the board. These, I believe, are Trevor's rankings. I don't know how up to date they are. There's some things we differ on, some things we don't. Kyle Williams is there. Ursery is there. So if we went back in time and wanted to take Warren or Graham, we could have taken Ursery at 42, depending what you think of him. I like Ursery. I love Membu. If I love a tackle, I kind of want the tackle. Let's see how the tight end board fell. It looks like Loveland went in the first round, which isn't a surprise. Both Elijah Arroyo and Mason Taylor are there. I like both of them and Terrence Ferguson a lot. Not going to take one here. I am going to take Jaden Higgins. And now I have a guy that can play inside and outside, a big wide receiver that tested like an absolute freak and has been highly productive in Iowa State's offense for a couple of years. So this is a good
offense.
Yeah, we got a right tackle and a playmaker. So if you wanted Warren and then the right tackle, this is just a different avenue to go down. You got the right tackle and then you got a playmaker. Higgins is, in my opinion, very good. I think him and Garrett Wilson complement each other very well. This is pretty exciting to me right now, this draft.
All right. How do we close out night 2?
Yeah, so we have pick 73. We still need a defensive lineman.
Yes.
We could use
Unless
safety.
We're starting Derek Nandi or Cowart or Rashad Weaver, or the list goes on.
Yeah. So both Arroyo and Mason Taylor went, which stinks. I like Terrence Ferguson. I'm not really jacked up to take him here. I'm going to wait on tight end and get a blocking body. This is why, I can only say it so many times. In this scenario, I want to go trade for Dallas Goedert. It's not going to cost me really much draft capital, and I'll just pay the guy. I just want a good player at tight end that fits the offense. But it's a longer combo. And there's a lot of ball game left. So 73, we'll look at the D-line. CJ West, Shamar Turner, Vernon Broughton, good players, but look at the depth. I like almost all of these guys. So I'm not going to take my D-line here when I think I can get one in the 4th round, and I'm probably going to double dip at that position. The tight end board didn't break the way I wanted to. It's fine. Milroe is here.
Ooh.
I feel like it's
trying to win night 2, win the headlines on night 2.
I feel like it's being a little dishonest to take him at 73. 2 months ago, I thought this is where he would go. He was invited to the draft. I don't know. It's just, I'll say it here for those watching. If Milroe is here at 73, I would take him. He finished as QB3 for me in this class. He has a lot of developing to do. I get it, but it's worth the flyer on upside at 73 with his speed. So I just don't believe he's going to be here at 73, so I want to be honest to the draft. I love Kevin Winston Jr. I think he is an enforcer at safety. He is on the short list of picks here. I am not entirely against double dipping and taking Kyle Williams here because I think the Jets stink at wide receiver. And if I walk out of the draft with Garrett Wilson as my number 1, Jaden Higgins as my number 2, and Kyle Williams as my vertical number 3, I look at this group a lot differently. Same could be said about Trey Harris. I still need defensive line. I like the talent available. Trapillo made it here, by the way. So in an alternate universe, we could have went Warren, Higgins, and then Trapillo. But we're not going to redo it. You don't get any redos in the real NFL draft. Man, this is interesting. I think I'm going to
CR, you're torn.
No, I am. But I'm going to take Kevin Winston Jr.
All right.
Because if you look at the Jets roster right now, we kind of conveniently gloss over safety because you don't want to panic take safety. I'm just not about Tony Adams at strong safety.
We're not doing the bubble wrap thing.
I'm just not. He's not a strong safety. I need Cisco playing free. After that, it's ugly, ugly, ugly. I feel good about Winston as a strong safety almost as much as any player in this draft. Just knowing exactly what he is. He's 215 pounds. He's got long arms. He's tough as shit. He's just such a instinctive downhill guy. This would give us an enforcer, and I think Aaron Glenn wants an enforcer. We're going to go Kevin Winston. So for people that tuned in, they probably were like, oh, I'm going to log on. It's going to be Warren, Tyleek, and a wide receiver. You've gotten a totally different draft. You got Membu, which is a little chalky, but then you got Jaden Higgins and Kevin Winston. Now we're in the 4th round.
This is where you make the money.
This is where you make the money. I don't think Kyle Williams is going to be there, so I'm not going to take him. I try to be fair to the simulator. Let's see what D-line's got for me. I know my pick. I'm taking Jamari Caldwell. This is a no-brainer to me. He's the nose tackle for Oregon. He's big. He's got good feet. He could two-gap. I think he could rush a little bit because he's quick off the ball at 330-plus pounds. Easy pick. I do think he will be here. I don't know why nobody values this guy. I'm insanely high on this guy. I think he's my D-line 10 in a class where if you're D-line 10, you're a top 80 pick. So Caldwell here is awesome. And I'm not going to be done with D-line. RJ Mickens is here, by the way, but I got Winston. I know. Sorry. Not as fun.
Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you sign up. NFL draft season. Higher, lowers, best ball league. We need you to sign up with promo code Badlands. Deposit anything. $1, $100. You get it matched. Jump into a best ball league. Keep the skills sharp. CR, how you feeling about Underdog heading into draft weekend?
What's the best part? Now you get these rookies to have landing spots for the best ball drafts. I know some of us sickos, including myself, like to do drafts before the draft, but now we get a new wrinkle of it all. You're going to know where Ashton Genty and Amarian Hampton and Jaden Higgins and Tet McMillan and Travis Hunter are going to be playing, and it's going to just make this that much more fun.
All right. Promo code Badlands, Underdog Fantasy. Sign up today.
How are you, like, even